Seniors, you're taking vitamin B12 the wrong way, doctor reveals. Are you over 60, faithfully taking your vitamin B12 supplement every single day, yet still feeling inexplicably tired, mentally foggy, dizzy, or experiencing that unsettling numbness and tingling in your hands and feet? If this sounds alarmingly familiar, then stop what you're doing right now and listen. Your daily B12 routine, the one you believe is safeguarding your health, might actually be doing almost nothing. Shockingly, the very supplement meant to revitalize you could be failing entirely, leaving your brain and nerves vulnerable, and you stuck in a cycle of persistent, debilitating symptoms. The truth is, most seniors are making critical yet easily avoidable mistakes with their B12 intake, silently robbing their bodies of this vital nutrient. This isn't just about feeling a little off, it's about protecting your cognitive function, physical stability, and long-term energy. Don't let precious time slip away while your body struggles in silence. You won't want to miss the final habit, or 99% will miss the last tip and will be stuck with fatigue, brain fog, and nerve issues for life. Imagine dedicating years to a health habit only to discover it was all in vain. That's the reality for countless seniors who approach their B12 supplementation incorrectly. I've encountered this tragic scenario time and again, a 68-year-old patient diligently taking B12 for over 7 years, yet his energy plummeted, his balance wavered, and his memory steadily worsened. His blood tests consistently showed normal B12 levels, a misleading result that lulled him into a false sense of security. The shocking revelation: he wasn't deficient in B12, he was taking it the wrong way, entirely, blocking its life-changing benefits from ever reaching his cells. This isn't an isolated incident, it's a widespread crisis impacting senior health. New, groundbreaking research is shedding light on a pervasive B12 mistake, particularly prevalent in adults over 60, that actively prevents absorption and can insidiously damage crucial nerve function over time. This single error, often overlooked by even seasoned medical professionals, is the silent saboteur behind persistent fatigue, brain fog, and neuropathy symptoms. You might be experiencing it right now, unaware of the profound impact it's having on your daily life, your independence, and your future vitality. Understanding this mistake is not merely helpful, it's absolutely essential for anyone looking to truly thrive after 60. The common misconception is that a normal B12 blood test means you're perfectly fine. However, for adults over 60, this assumption is frequently and dangerously incorrect. Vitamin B12 is not merely a supplement, it's a cornerstone for robust nerve function, sharp brain health, efficient red blood cell production, and dynamic energy metabolism. Without sufficient, usable B12, your delicate nerves begin to misfire and malfunction, leading to those insidious early symptoms. Tingling sensations in your hands and feet, a growing sense of imbalance, pervasive fatigue that no amount of rest can cure, frustrating memory lapses, and that persistent suffocating brain fog that makes even simple tasks feel overwhelming. These aren't just minor inconveniences, they are urgent warning signs your body is sending. Here's the critical, often ignored truth. As we gracefully age, our body's inherent ability to absorb vitamin B12 diminishes drastically. By the age of 60, over half of all adults experience a significant reduction in stomach acid. Why is this crucial? Because stomach acid acts as the essential key that unlocks B12 from both food and supplements, allowing it to be absorbed. Without adequate stomach acid, B12 simply passes through your digestive system, unutilized and wasted like water through a sieve. It's a silent, internal barrier preventing this vital nutrient from ever reaching the cells that desperately need it to maintain your health and vitality. I witnessed this frustrating reality firsthand with Margaret, a vibrant 71-year-old patient who came to me battling agonizing burning sensations in her feet and frequent disorienting dizziness. Her previous doctor checked her B12 levels, which came back at 420 pml, technically within the normal range. She was dismissed, told nothing was wrong, yet her symptoms relentlessly progressed, her quality of life steadily eroding. This is the insidious trap. What most people and even some medical professionals fail to grasp is that a standard blood B12 test only measures the amount of B12 circulating freely in your bloodstream. It tells you absolutely nothing about how much of that B12 is actually making its way into your cells, where it performs its essential functions. This alarming disconnect explains why so many seniors conscientiously take B12 for years on end, investing their time, money, and hope, only to experience absolutely no improvement. Their blood tests might look perfectly acceptable, even normal, while their nerves, brain, and energy systems are silently starving for the vital B12 they aren't actually absorbing. It's a truly devastating paradox. You're doing everything you think is right, but the core issue of absorption is being entirely missed. This fundamental misunderstanding is where the first and arguably most significant major mistake in B12 supplementation for seniors tragically occurs. Most seniors, following conventional advice, take vitamin B12 as a standard tablet, swallowing it with a gulp of water, assuming it will be absorbed just like any other vitamin. This assumption, while logical for many younger adults, is profoundly flawed for individuals over 60. For this demographic, this common form of B12 delivery often proves entirely ineffective, leading to continued symptoms despite diligent supplementation. It's a critical oversight that can derail your health goals and leave you feeling utterly helpless and frustrated, questioning why your efforts aren't yielding any results. The truth is, B12 absorption relies on a crucial protein called intrinsic factor, which is diligently produced in the stomach. As we age, the production of this vital intrinsic factor naturally declines. Without sufficient intrinsic factor, those swallowed B12 tablets are poorly absorbed, if at all. This isn't a rare anomaly, it's an extremely common physiological change that affects a vast majority of the senior population. The 68-year-old patient I mentioned earlier was a prime example. He took his B12 exactly as instructed, same dose, same brand every single morning. Yet his nervous system continued its alarming deterioration. His body simply couldn't utilize the B12 in the form he was taking. The moment we shifted his B12 to a different, more bioavailable form, without even altering the dosage, his troubling symptoms began to visibly improve within a mere few weeks. This powerful anecdote underscores a profound truth. The form of vitamin B12 you choose matters just as much, if not more, than the amount you're taking. Ignoring this distinction is like trying to put a square peg in a round hole. No matter how much you try, it simply won't work. Your body needs the right key to unlock B12's profound benefits. Now let's confront the second critical mistake, and this one is so incredibly widespread it's almost criminal. Many people are taking the wrong type of B12 entirely. Glance at the labels of most B12 supplements lining drugstore shelves, and you'll repeatedly see one name, cyanocobalamin. While it boasts advantages like being cheap to produce and incredibly stable, making it a favorite for manufacturers, it is, without a doubt, the least effective form for older adults. This isn't just about preference, it's about physiological efficacy. Cyanocobalamin is a synthetic form of B12, a mere precursor. Your body cannot use it directly. It must first undergo a complex conversion process within your liver to transform it into the active forms your cells can actually utilize. This conversion demands healthy liver function, robust enzyme activity, and an ample supply of antioxidants. Here's the catch. In adults over 60, these essential conversion processes often become sluggish and compromised, rendering cyanocobalamin largely ineffective. It's like buying an ingredients list for a meal when your body desperately needs a ready-to-eat feast. Consider the case of Robert, a 72-year-old who had religiously taken cyanocobalamin for years. His blood levels consistently appeared acceptable, yet he continued to suffer from persistent numbness in his fingers and increasing difficulty with his gait and balance. The B12 was circulating, but it wasn't working. When we made the crucial switch to methylcobalamin, an active form of B12, the transformation was nothing short of remarkable. Within just 1 month, his balance visibly improved. After 3 months, the debilitating numbness in his hands had significantly decreased, restoring a lost sense of dexterity and comfort. Scientific research overwhelmingly supports this observation. Active forms of B12, specifically methylcobalamin and adenosylcobalamin, are absorbed and utilized far more efficiently and effectively in older adults. They bypass the compromised conversion pathways, delivering the nutrient directly in a form your body can immediately put to work, supporting your brain, nerves, and energy levels without delay. Choosing the right form isn't a luxury. It's a necessity for real results and measurable improvements in your health and quality of life. Don't waste another day on a B12 form that isn't pulling its weight. Beyond form, another critical but often overlooked issue is dosage timing. Many seniors, if they even consider timing, simply take their B12 once in the morning, assuming that's sufficient. But vitamin B12 is water-soluble, meaning it's quickly absorbed and just as rapidly cleared from the bloodstream. For individuals with existing absorption challenges, a common reality for seniors, a single daily dose may simply not provide the sustained levels necessary for optimal nerve repair, brain function, and consistent energy throughout the day. Your body needs a steady supply, not just a fleeting spike, especially when it's trying to heal and maintain complex systems. There's also a dangerous misunderstanding surrounding B12 injections. While some believe injections are the only viable solution for seniors, this isn't always true. While injections are incredibly helpful, even life-saving in cases of severe deficiency or critical malabsorption, they are not universally necessary for everyone. The incredible news is that high-quality sublingual B12, taken correctly, can be just as profoundly effective for many seniors. This is because sublingual forms cleverly bypass the problematic stomach acid and intrinsic factor pathways entirely, allowing for direct and efficient absorption through the delicate tissues under your tongue. This method is a game changer, especially for older adults struggling with low stomach acid or various digestive issues that sabotage traditional oral supplements. The key lesson here is incredibly simple, yet profoundly impactful. If you are over 60, merely swallowing a standard B12 tablet might give you comforting, normal lab numbers, but it likely offers inadequate protection for your vulnerable nerves and brain. It's a false sense of security that can mask ongoing deterioration. Your approach to B12 needs to evolve with your age to truly provide the support your body demands. Don't settle for a routine that offers only superficial results. Now we arrive at the third critical mistake, one that consistently catches most seniors by surprise because it has absolutely nothing to do with the dose or the form of B12 itself. This mistake is all about timing and consistency. Far too many people fall into the trap of taking vitamin B12 only when they feel a wave of exhaustion or brain fog washing over them. They skip days, they stop entirely when their symptoms seem to improve, only to restart weeks later when the familiar malaise returns. This intermittent on-again, off-again approach is fundamentally at odds with how your delicate nerve tissue actually heals and regenerates. Think of vitamin B12 not as a temporary stimulant, but as a long-term repair nutrient. Your nerves require a steady, consistent, and continuous daily availability of B12 to actively rebuild damaged myelin, the crucial protective coating that insulates and shields your nerve fibers. This myelin sheath is essential for rapid, efficient nerve signal transmission. Every time you interrupt your B12 dosing, you are effectively halting this critical repair process, sending your nerves back to square one and preventing true, lasting improvement. It's like trying to build a house by only working on it once a week. Progress will be painfully slow, if it happens at all. I observed this detrimental pattern vividly with Elaine, a 70-year-old patient. She would take B12 only on days when she felt utterly drained. On those specific days, she might experience a slight fleeting improvement in her energy, but her pervasive numbness concerning balance issues and frustrating memory problems never genuinely improved. Her inconsistent approach was undermining her own efforts. The moment she committed to taking her B12 consistently, every single day without fail, her symptoms began to stabilize. After just 2 months, the tingling in her extremities stopped progressing, offering a ray of hope. After 4 months of unwavering consistency, her balance significantly improved, giving her back a sense of confidence and independence she thought was lost forever. Another often overlooked issue related to timing is taking B12 at the wrong time of day. Many seniors, perhaps unknowingly, take their B12 late at night. For some individuals, this can inadvertently interfere with their sleep patterns. And here's the crucial link. Poor sleep elevates cortisol levels, intensifies inflammation throughout the body, and critically slows down the vital nerve repair processes. It creates a vicious cycle where your efforts to support your nerves are sabotaged by poor sleep quality. For the vast majority of seniors, the optimal time to take B12 is earlier in the day, ideally in the morning or early afternoon. This strategic timing supports your natural daytime energy levels and nerve function without creating unwelcome disruptions to your precious sleep. Furthermore, hydration plays a much larger role than most people realize in B12's efficacy. Vitamin B12, like all nutrients, works diligently inside your cells, and these cells fundamentally rely on proper fluid balance to function optimally. Chronic, mild dehydration, an incredibly common condition among older adults, directly reduces the efficient transport of nutrients, including B12, into your delicate nerve tissue. If you are conscientiously taking B12 but rarely remember to drink adequate water throughout the day, your potential results will be severely limited, perhaps even non-existent. Hydration isn't just about quenching thirst, it's about creating the optimal cellular environment for your supplements to thrive and for your body to heal. Finally, and this is a major one, many seniors are taking prescription medications that actively interfere with either B12 absorption or its function within the body. Common culprits include acid blockers, PPIs, metformin, a widely prescribed diabetes medication, and certain types of antibiotics. This information is not an instruction to abruptly stop your vital medications. Rather, it's a critical alert. It means you absolutely must adjust how you support your B12 levels to counteract these known interferences. Ignoring this interaction is a recipe for continued B12 deficiency symptoms despite your best efforts to supplement. Always discuss medication interactions with your healthcare provider. By this point, you may be realizing something profoundly important. Most seniors aren't doing just one thing wrong with their B12. They are often making several small, compounding mistakes simultaneously. Each individual mistake on its own might only reduce the benefit slightly. But when these errors stack up, when you combine the wrong form with poor absorption, inconsistent timing, and medication interference, they can collectively and completely cancel out the entire beneficial effect of vitamin B12. It's a cascade of subtle failures that culminates in zero progress, leaving you feeling worse and more discouraged. This hidden truth is why so many seniors give up on B12, convinced it simply doesn't work for them. Now let me empower you by walking you through the correct, evidence-based vitamin B12 protocol specifically designed for seniors. This isn't just theory. This is the precise approach that has yielded remarkable improvements for my own patients over 60. This is your blueprint for reclaiming your energy, sharpening your mind, and steadying your nerves. First, let's talk about the form of B12. For the vast majority of seniors, the absolute best choices are methylcobalamin or a powerful combination of methylcobalamin and adenosylcobalamin. These are the active forms of B12, meaning your body can immediately put them to use without needing any complex conversions. They are the ready-to-eat version your aging body craves. Critically, avoid relying solely on cyanocobalamin, especially if you are experiencing any nerve-related symptoms like tingling, numbness, or balance issues. This is a game changer you cannot afford to ignore. Second, the delivery method matters immensely. If you are over 60, simply swallowing a standard B12 tablet is, more often than not, insufficient. The superior choice for seniors is sublingual B12. This involves placing a small tablet or liquid drops under your tongue and allowing it to dissolve slowly. This ingenious method cleverly bypasses the stomach acid and intrinsic factor issues entirely, allowing for direct absorption through the highly permeable oral tissues into your bloodstream. This single change, often overlooked, can dramatically improve your results and unlock the B12 benefits you've been missing. Third, let's discuss dosage. For optimal nerve and brain support in seniors, low doses are often entirely ineffective. To effectively overcome the various age-related absorption barriers, most older adults require significantly higher amounts of B12. A commonly effective and safe starting range is 1,000 to 2,000 micrograms daily. Some individuals may even need a higher dose initially to replenish depleted stores, which can then be reduced for maintenance. Rest assured, this is not dangerous. Vitamin B12 is water-soluble, and any excess amounts are safely and naturally excreted by your body. Always consult with your doctor if you have specific concerns about dosage. Fourth, consistency is non-negotiable. Vitamin B12 must be taken every single day, without exception. This isn't an occasional remedy or something to take only when you feel fatigued. Nerve repair and regeneration is a slow, methodical, and continuous process. Your symptoms will often improve gradually over several weeks to many months, not miraculously overnight. Skipping doses is like repeatedly pausing a vital construction project. It halts progress and can even undo previous gains, leaving you frustrated and back at square one. Make it a daily ritual. Fifth, timing is a subtle but important factor. For the majority of seniors, the best time to take B12 is in the morning or early afternoon. This strategic timing aligns with your body's natural circadian rhythm, effectively supporting your daytime energy levels and crucial nerve function. It also significantly reduces the risk of B12, which can be somewhat energizing for some individuals, from disrupting your precious nighttime sleep. If you find B12 makes you feel particularly alert, definitely avoid taking it late in the evening to protect your sleep quality. Sixth, supportive nutrients are essential allies. Vitamin B12 rarely works in isolation. Other B vitamins, particularly folate or methylfolate, its active form, and vitamin B6, are often required as cofactors for full and comprehensive nerve support. They are like the teammates that help B12 do its job even better. However, a word of caution: be wary of high-dose folic acid, the synthetic form of folate. Natural folate found in foods, or its active supplement form, methylfolate, is generally better absorbed and tolerated by most individuals, especially seniors. A balanced B-complex supplement can often provide these synergistic nutrients. Seventh, monitoring progress extends far beyond simple blood tests. While lab numbers provide a baseline, they rarely tell the whole story. Instead, learn to keenly pay attention to your symptoms. Are your hands feeling less numb? Is your balance steadily improving, giving you more confidence in your steps? Is your thinking clearer, sharper, and less clouded by brain fog? These tangible, real-world changes are often far more indicative of genuine success and nerve healing than a solitary number on a lab report. Trust your body's signals and celebrate every small improvement as a victory. I recall a remarkable 75-year-old patient who diligently adhered to this exact comprehensive protocol. After 3 months, her lab values had shifted only slightly, offering little encouragement on paper. Yet her walking dramatically improved, her concerning falls ceased entirely, and her self-confidence, once shattered, gloriously returned. That, my friends, is the true definition of real success. Not just a number, but a reclaimed life. It's a powerful testament to the fact that understanding and applying the right protocol can unlock profound life-altering benefits, even when traditional markers seem stagnant. At this juncture, it is absolutely critical to grasp one vital truth. Vitamin B12 is incredibly powerful and life-supporting, but it is not a magic bullet. There are specific situations where B12 alone, even taken perfectly, will not fully resolve your symptoms. Recognizing these limitations is crucial for managing expectations and seeking appropriate additional care. One of the most common issues is long-standing nerve damage. If nerve compression, such as from spinal issues, spinal degeneration, or diabetes has been present and unchecked for many years, B12 can certainly support repair and mitigate further damage, but it cannot instantaneously reverse severe established structural damage overnight. Healing takes time, and sometimes other interventions are necessary. Another profoundly overlooked factor that can sabotage B12's effectiveness is uncontrolled blood sugar. High blood sugar levels are inherently damaging to nerves, directly contributing to neuropathy and hindering their ability to repair. For seniors living with prediabetes or full-blown diabetes, nerve symptoms may stubbornly persist, regardless of B12 intake, unless and until their glucose levels are diligently addressed and brought under control. B12 can't fix what high sugar is actively breaking. It's like trying to patch a leak while the tap is still running full blast. Inflammation is yet another silent blocker that undermines B12's efforts. Chronic systemic inflammation interferes with delicate nerve signaling and disrupts the efficient delivery of nutrients to nerve tissue. Factors like poor sleep, unrelenting chronic stress, and sedentary lifestyle habits all contribute to elevated inflammatory markers within the body. If these underlying inflammatory drivers are ignored, B12 is forced to work incredibly harder, yet delivers significantly less benefit. Addressing inflammation through lifestyle changes, diet, and stress management is a crucial partner to B12 supplementation for true nerve health. Finally, there's the pervasive issue of misdiagnosis. It's a dangerous assumption to believe that all numbness, tingling, weakness, or balance problems are solely caused by B12 deficiency. Other serious medical conditions can perfectly mimic B12-related symptoms. Conditions such as cervical spine compression, a pinched nerve in the neck, carpal tunnel syndrome, and various forms of peripheral neuropathy stemming from other causes can easily be mistaken for B12 deficiency. This is precisely why persistent or worsening symptoms should always be thoroughly evaluated by a qualified medical professional. Never assume that simply taking more supplements will magically solve every underlying health problem. Let me share a quick, sobering example. A 73-year-old man came to me feeling utterly frustrated. He had, on his own initiative, doubled his B12 dose after reading advice online. Despite his increased efforts, his symptoms showed absolutely no improvement. Further, comprehensive evaluation revealed he was suffering from spinal stenosis, a narrowing of the spinal canal that was physically compressing his vital nerves. No amount of B12, no matter how high the dose or how correct the form, could possibly fix a physical compression. Once the accurate diagnosis was made and appropriate treatment for his spinal stenosis began, his B12 supplementation finally became supportive and effective, rather than disappointing and futile. This story powerfully illustrates the need for a holistic approach and proper medical evaluation. Now let's synthesize all of this crucial information into a clear, actionable plan that you can implement starting today. If you are over 60 and currently taking vitamin B12, this is what matters most for your health, your energy, and your future. This is your definitive guide to ensuring your B12 is actually working for you, not against you. First, stop focusing only on lab numbers. A normal B12 blood level is often a deceptive indicator that offers no guarantee of healthy nerves or optimal brain function. Shift your focus and pay keen attention to how you truly feel and how your body actually responds over weeks and months. Your subjective experience is often more valuable than a single lab value. Second, use the right form. Make the critical switch to an active form of B12, specifically methylcobalamin, or a synergistic combination of methylcobalamin and adenosylcobalamin. These superior forms do not rely on your potentially compromised conversion pathways and are proven to work significantly better in older adults. Ditch the cyanocobalamin if you want real results. Third, choose the right delivery method. If you are over 60, abandon the sole reliance on swallowed tablets. Embrace sublingual B12. By dissolving it under your tongue, you enable direct, absorption that bypasses the problematic dependence on stomach acid and intrinsic factor, unlocking its full potential. Fourth, take an effective dose. For most seniors, a starting range of 1,000 to 2,000 micrograms daily is generally reasonable and effective. Remember, some individuals may initially require a higher dose to replenish deep deficiencies, which can then be adjusted for maintenance. Always collaborate with your doctor to determine the ideal dose for your unique needs. Fifth, be consistently diligent. Take your B12 every single day without fail. Nerve repair and regeneration is a slow, steady, and continuous marathon, not a sprint. Skipping doses is a significant setback that interrupts progress and can undermine all your previous efforts. Make it a non-negotiable part of your daily health ritual. Sixth, take it at the right time. For the majority of people, taking B12 in the morning or early afternoon yields the best results. This timing supports your daytime energy levels and helps avoid any potential disruption to your sleep, which is equally vital for overall health and nerve repair. Seventh, actively support the entire process. B12 cannot work miracles in isolation. Stay consistently hydrated throughout the day. Diligently manage your blood sugar levels, especially if you have prediabetes or diabetes. Prioritize and address issues with sleep and chronic stress. These crucial foundational factors directly determine whether B12 can actually reach and effectively benefit your nerves and brain. Eighth, know when to look deeper. If your symptoms persist or, even worse, continue to worsen despite diligently following this comprehensive B12 protocol, do not automatically assume B12 is the only answer or that you simply need more. Seek proper medical evaluation for potential nerve compression, underlying metabolic issues, or other serious causes that might be mimicking B12 deficiency. Your health is multifaceted. I want to be absolutely crystal clear about this vital message. Vitamin B12, when taken the right way, with the correct form, delivery, dosage, and consistency, possesses the remarkable power to protect your nerves, significantly support your memory, and dramatically improve your energy levels in countless seniors. Conversely, when it's taken the wrong way, despite your best intentions, it can appear to do absolutely nothing, leaving you disheartened and struggling. The profound difference between these two outcomes is not a matter of luck. It is purely a matter of understanding and applying these crucial principles. Before we conclude, I want to leave you with one final, deeply impactful thought. I once had a woman in her early 70s visit me, profoundly disheartened after years of believing B12 simply didn't work for her. As we meticulously reviewed her daily health routine, we uncovered a shocking truth. Nothing she was doing was technically wrong in isolation, but critically, nothing was being done correctly, either in the context of her aging body. She was using the wrong form of B12, swallowing a tablet her body couldn't absorb efficiently, taking it inconsistently, and basing her definition of success solely on misleading lab numbers. With just a few simple strategic changes, adjusting the form, optimizing the delivery method, and establishing unwavering consistency, her life began to transform. 3 months later, she shared something with me I will genuinely never forget. She said, "I feel steady again. I trust my feet when I walk, and I don't lose words mid-sentence anymore." That, my friends, is the profound, life-altering difference between merely taking a supplement and intelligently using it correctly for true, tangible health benefits. If you are over 60, understanding and optimizing your vitamin B12 intake isn't just an option, it's a fundamental necessity for protecting your vitality and reclaiming your independence. The how you take it matters infinitely more than most people ever realize. I earnestly encourage you to examine your current B12 routine tonight. Ask yourself one simple, powerful question. Is this routine truly supporting my precious nerves and brain, or am I just checking a box? Subscribe. Which advice will you start applying today?